Greetings, all of you, my dear sisters and brothers, and my dear friends. A warm welcome from your Pastor Yeti. Together we are now in Psalm 90, using time wisely. Our key verse, so teach us to number our days, that we may present to you a heart of wisdom. Time is an element of creation and belongs only in this world. The responsibilities of family and career, intermingled with all the pressures and demands of life, eliminate any semblance of margin. We find ourselves looking back, wondering there the years has gone, and, indeed, wondering how our life has passed so quickly. For a timeless and eternal God, there is little difference between 1,000 years and a day. But He who is everlasting created the world as our dwelling place, and we have a stewardship to the one who gives us life to use the time we are given appropriately. We no longer have the 900 plus years of a Methuselah. Typically, longevity is only 70 to 80 years. Though life may be extended for some, we need to recognize that the years of productivity and influence are limited. One with a heart of wisdom will understand this and realize how important it is to use each day in serving the Lord and living for Him. In the Screw-Tap Letters of C.S. Lewis alerts us to the fact that one of Satan's most effective tactics is to get us to procrastinate. He lets us have plans for what we are going to do sometime in the future and good intentions for serving the Lord, as long as we never get around to them. We are reminded that it is only in the present that time touches eternity. For the future is not yet reality, and the past is simply a lost opportunity. I'm going to say this again. We are reminded that it is only in the present that time touches eternity. For the future is not yet reality, and the past is simply a lost opportunity. God sweeps away each day like a flood in the night, but the marvelous thing is that He gives us a new one each morning. It flourishes and sprouts anew, with fresh opportunities. We need to have the wisdom and the foresight to use each day to the maximum, living in obedience to God's will, serving others and seizing every opportunity to make an impact on our world. How sad if our days are the object of God's wrath and are consumed by His anger in His having to deal with our iniquities and secret sins. We need to pray that His favor would be upon us and that He would confirm our work. And Paul reminds us in Ephesians 5:15 to 16 that we are to be careful how we walk, not as unwise men, but as wise, making the most of our time because the days are evil. Our desire should be that all our days would be filled with gladness and joy because we experience God's loving kindness. And I love this word because it's such a deep comfort. It's such a deep compassion of God to us. Hesed, Hebrew, for loving kindness. Let us pray. Lord, the days you have given me are relatively few and pass by so quickly. Let me be a good steward of the life you have given and use each day as your desire. My life will be obedient to your will only as each day is lived for your glory. Give me wisdom that the work of my hands would find favor and be confirmed by your blessing. I pray this in the powerful name of your Son, Jesus, the Christ. When I was listening by myself to the words of that the future that still has to come in that other day and the past is already lost. If you think this very serious, it's a big wisdom. It's a very strong experience to acknowledge that. Because it's true. Jesus also says to us that we don't have to worry. The Father knows what we need, because don't already look to that to that other day, because that day has already evil enough in them. Live in the now moment. And I know. I'm not preaching to you. I'm sharing my life with you. But it's so true, my dear ones. Today is today, and we can only learn from today. As the past is gone, we take that as a milestone to look back and see what we can learn from the past. If we can take some with us that is productive to the new one, as we can move forward, then it's fine. Because once in a while, the past will come sitting next to you on the bench and say, how are you? Or what are you doing? Think about it. And life, my dear ones, is very short. And I'm not saying that with a depression in my heart, but with a joy that life can be so wonderful, so deep, so loving, so full of experiences, even if we have to go through some pain or suffering, sickness, ever, it's part of our life. But it doesn't have to mean that you walk every day in deep despair. But there is a God that watches over us. And He's not just sitting on a chair, on a throne, and looking down. No. My dear ones, you're walking on holy ground, and God is ever near. Never forget that. Blessings to all of you, my dear ones. This is your Pastor Yadi. Bye.